What's up, guys? I'm making this video because I finally solved my own problem on this Rheem Classic Quiet 80 furnace. Sorry, Super Quiet 80 furnace that I turned on last week, and I heard the motor kick on. I smelt the burning from the dust from your first seasonal start of your furnace. I got heat, and then a day or two later, I heard it cycling. And if you're having a problem with your cycling and you're not getting any heat, hopefully this will help. So I heard it cycling, and I checked my filter, and I'm too embarrassed to even put the filter on the video because it was so nasty. I mean, it's totally my fault. But essentially, I got this warning light down here, which apparently you can see better that way. There you go. And you got two solids right now, which means it's fine. But after it cycled 2 or 3 times in just blowing cool air, that left light was blinking once every 2 seconds. And I don't think the codes are on the back of this door. No, they're not. They're on the back of that door there that's installed. But essentially the code meant 1 hour lockout, and that's all that it said. And if you're getting the same thing, then you've probably been told, if you did enough research online, that there's some things that you should check. And those things, I'll use a flashlight here, are your flame sensor that's way back there on this guy, if you can see that. Really hard to get to. It just sits in there with one screw. You can see the flathead screw. That could get dirty, especially when you have a dirty filter like I did. And you got to scrape that with this. I used the back of this sponge here. Not supposed to get into it too hard, but that's good enough. So you got the flame sensor there, and then you got the igniter here, which again is just one screw, super easy to take out, super easy to clean. But a lot of times you won't get a spark. And this is all just from research I did online all day yesterday, and none of it helped me. I cleaned the hell out of the flame sensor back here. I cleaned the hell out of that thing, put it back in, didn't work. Cleaned the hell out of the igniter. When it cycles and the inducer motor kicks on, the next thing that will happen is this guy will spark right here, and I could see the spark as it cycled, but nothing was igniting. So the only other thing that I could find behind, other than the flame sensor here and the igniter here, was a high pressure switch, which on mine is this guy right here. And this is why I say don't listen to me. I don't know anything. I'm a desk jockey, working with numbers. I'm not a mechanic or very handy whatsoever. But anyway, one of the videos I watched gave me the idea, and they said that if you're running with a dirty filter and there's too much debris coming through, well, one, you're not getting enough air because your furnace filter, there's my new one, another new one just stashed there in case I need to do it, in the next 30, 45 days. I got one handy, but there's a new one placed in there. But when you do that, and the unit's not getting enough oxygen, that's why it's locking you out. Nothing else will work. So apparently this high pressure switch, I believe that's the proper name for it, somebody had indicated that you can just knock the back of it, just right where that UPC code is there. And I think it was the theory is that stuck closed, so to knock on the back of it. But what I noticed this morning is that mine has this hose from the nipple on the sensor it runs here into the inducer motor. And what I did today, I'll put the flashlight down so I can duplicate it. I'm not going to recreate the problem because I don't want to jinx myself. But essentially, I just pulled this off. I'm not going to be able to do it with one hand. But I took this off, and I just blew on it. I just blew it, wherever the hell the other end of that tube goes there. And my furnace kicked on. Obviously this is, something that we're doing when these lights are off and we don't have power. Always want to power that off first, whether you unplug or you have an actual dedicated switch. So give that a try. I couldn't find that on any YouTube videos, But your high pressure switch here, I don't know if it's me because I tapped it, you know, a few times. And I mean, I tapped it with like the back of a pen, you know, and just knocked it a few times and then blew out this line. I disconnected that line there from that nipple. And you know, like I said, I can't do it with one hand here, but it's pretty easy to get on and off. I left that there, and I just took that line off and blew it. And so I don't know if it was I actually did knock that gate open that was stuck in that high pressure switch, or if I actually blew something out of that line. But like I said, when this furnace first got kicked on, it worked properly. That filter, I believe, was so dirty that maybe something got into that line or tripped that gate closed on this switch, if that's in fact what happens. Again, I don't know anything. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a furnace guy. But from the research I did yesterday, there's a gate in there. It sounds like it's, you know, open and closed. And if it didn't get what it thought it should get, it's going to close itself out of safety. So again, I don't know if you know, and that could be backwards. Maybe it opened itself. I don't know. But anyway, the point is that once I flicked it a few times and blew through that line, everything worked great, and now my furnace is working fine. So hope that helps. If it's not your flame sensor, again, this guy down here, or your igniter, this guy over here, give that a try. Do it on your own, you know, at your own risk, of course, and hopefully that works. All right.